Good morning, students. Myself Vishal Pandey, and I'm your English teacher. Today, we are going to discuss a new chapter, a poem from your Beehive book, A Legend of the Northland, written by Phoebe Carey. It is a ballad, and a ballad is a historical song or a historical story. A legend means historical story, it is basically. So, let us talk about the summary of the poem first. As you can see on your screen, A Legend of the Northland is a ballad. A ballad is a poem narrating a story in short stanzas, and in the poem, all the stanzas comprise 4 lines. So you can see in the poem 4 lines in each stanza are there. This story is of the Northland area. Northland area means of the North Pole area. There are 2 poles, Northern Pole and Southern Pole. So this poem is dealing with Northern Pole. It is a story like poem. Okay, so it is a ballad. What is ballad? Ballad is a story like poem, and it is related with history as well of some area. This exact place is not specified, but Northland means the area in the northernmost part of the earth, that is near the pole. Legend means a historical story. As I told you, that legend means a historical story, one which is very old and has been passed on from generations to generations. It is clearly mentioned that a story which is passing from generation to generation can be called as legend, a legend story. And basically, when it comes to ballad is a type of a poem in which poet or poetess used to describe a poem or a story regarding history. So in this context, you can understand this poem very well. Let us start the poem. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. Poetess is saying that if you go in Northland, it is very away from here, where the hours are very few. Day is very smaller and night is very longer, and sometimes people sleep in the night and they gets up in the night itself, and they cannot sleep them through. Means what? They search for day. Ultimately, day is very shorter in those fields, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bear's cubs in their funny fury clothes. So according to poetess, fury is means what? The children are wearing the clothes because they belongs to northern area, because snowfalls takes place over there. So they are wearing some winter clothes, and because of those clothes they are looking like bear's cubs. Third stanza is, they tell them a curious story. I don't believe it is true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. Now what is tale? Tale is historical, the legend, story which is regarding with history and all. Now poetess is saying that the people of Northern Pole used to tell a story. Now I don't believe on that story. Poetess is saying that I don't believe that this story is true, but let us discuss that story, that what exactly that story is. Now story starts from here. Once, when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching just as he did, According to poetess, there was one saint means what? A preacher who used to preach people. His name was Saint Peter. He used to go here and there, travel throughout the world, and he used to advertise the Christianity. So he was all a good man altogether. Next stanza is, he came to the door of a cottage in traveling round the earth, where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. So ultimately he was tired, and by moving here and there, he went to the nearby cottage, and there was one woman. So he told that woman, especially before, that woman was baking cake. on hearth. Hearth means what? A wooden type of weapons where people used to burn it and then they used to bake the cake. Then what happened? And being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one. So he was hungry. Saint Peter was hungry. He was moving here and there throughout the world. He was doing fasting as well on that particular day. So ultimately, at the end of the day, when he reached to the cottage, he asked that woman for a piece of cake because he was very much hungry. When he asked that woman for a piece of cake, then what she did, let us see in the next stanza at the top. So she made a very little cake, but she, as it baking lay, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away. Now people are very greedy, and that woman was too very greedy. So she thought that why I should give so big part of the cake. I should make for him a very little piece of cake. Next stanza is, therefore she needed another and still a smaller one, but it looked when she turned it over as large as the first had done. Because she's being a woman, she thought she made a second piece she made to give away, but ultimately she thought that this one is also very large. So she do not want to give that much of large cake to that Saint Peter. She want that she should give a very small bit of cake to that man. Next stanza is saying, then she took a tiny scrap of duff and rolled it flat and baked it thin as a wafer, but she couldn't part with that. So ultimately she made the third one, and that one also she feels that that third part was also very much large. So she was very mercenary, she was very cruel, and you can say heartless, because a man is standing, a saint is standing in front of your door, and you're looking about the size doesn't matter, you're looking about the size of the cake. For she said, my cakes that seem too small when I eat of them myself are yet too large to give away. So she put them on the shelf. What she thought, that whenever I used to eat my cakes are, I see these cakes very small, but when I'm trying to give it away, it seems very large, it looks very large. How does it is happening? She was all worried, she was searching for that. So she was very mercenary, she kept that cake on the shelf. She has not given to Saint Peter at all. Then what he did, Saint Peter became angry. Let us see what happened in the stanza next. Then good Saint Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint, and surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. So because he was hungry, and hungry man is an angry man. Do you know this? Yes, exactly, it happens. So Saint Peter was he became very angry, and what he did, and he said, you are far too selfish to dwell in a human form, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm. Saint Peter said to that woman that being a woman, being a human being, you should be nice to us, but you are very selfish, you are very mercenary, and God have given you all the necessary things, for example food and shelter, and yes, woods are given you to keep you warm, because we are living in the northern area where snowfalls takes place, but still you are very selfish. So I'm giving you a curse. What was the curse? Shrap. What was the curse? Let us see. Now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get your scanty food by boring all day in the hard dry wood. So Saint Peter told that woman that from today onwards you will become a bird, and because you will become a bird, you have to search for your food and shelter, and you will be a boring bird. You will work hard throughout the day in search of food. Then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed to a bird. And ultimately, with the curse of Saint Peter, she went throughout the chimney, and without speaking a word, she did not get any chance to speak, and she became a woodpecker. She changed into a woodpecker, from woman into woodpecker. So she started, she became a woodpecker and she flew away from that area. And now let us see that what happens in the next stanza. I hope you all are getting this poem straight away. Next stanza is, as I told you, that she had a scarlet cap on her head, because that woman was wearing a cap of red color cap on her head, and that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burned black as a coal in the flame. All the clothes which she was wearing were burnt away, and the red cap was left on her head. And every country schoolboy has seen her in wood, where she lives in the trees till this very day, boring and boring for food. What a woodpecker does? Do you have seen a woodpecker? The bird which used to struggle hard throughout the day, used to do the holes in the woods itself, and in search of food, woodpecker move from one place to another. So ultimately, because of the curse of Saint Peter, that selfish woman changed into a woodpecker, and that was the story basically of that woman, the legend woman of Northland. So I hope you understood the story. It is written by Phoebe Cary, an American poetess. Thank you so much.